Facebook world? It's your girl, Mindy C, coming at you on a Monday night. Yes, Monday night, you guys. My name is Mindy. I am from Michigan. I've been doing keto for a year and a half, and I continue to cook like that. If you know anybody that can get value out of these recipes, share. Get that these recipes out so everybody has a chance to make some new keto stuff. Tonight I'm making a really easy recipe. But first we're gonna, if you're live with me, drop me a 1. You'll see that red live button right up there in the corner if you're on live stream with me. If you're not, that's okay. Say hi, hello, I missed you. I appreciate that also. Let's get with it. Tonight we're making keto flatbread. Hey Susan, how are you doing? Hey Debbie, hey Rose, hey Mary, hey Peggy, how are you doing? Nice to see you. So you can make your own flatbread, and it can make 4 flatbreads, but you can stretch it. I got 5 out of it. Some get 6 out of it. So depending on if you get 5 out of it, then that's about 3.6 carbs per flatbread. So super duper easy, you guys. There's only 5 ingredients, but I'm going to add a little extra to mine. Hey Darlene, how are you doing? Hey Stephanie, nice to see you on here. So tonight, keto flatbread. So the first step you're going to need is you're going to need some coconut flour. You are going to need some psyllium husk powder. This is a soluble fiber. You can get this. I got this at my local health food store. So I think you can get it on Amazon as well. So a big bag is going to last you because you're only using this a couple tablespoons at a time in recipes. So you'll have this forever. So buy it once and keep it on with you. Hey Lillian, nice to get. Yes, you caught me live, Lillian. Nice to see you. Hey Katie, hey Chastity, how are you doing? Hey Sheila, nice to see you. So coconut flour, psyllium husk. We need a cup of water, warm, lukewarm water, a little bit of salt, baking soda. We need baking soda. And I'm also going to put a little bit of Italian seasonings in there too. So the salt, and you need some salt. So salt is optional. If you don't want to put the salt in there, don't put the salt in there. That's okay. Hey Karen, nice to see you too. Hey Anya, hey Jennifer, nice to see you. So the first step, let me get my measuring cups here. Again, my name is Mindy, you guys. I'm from Michigan. So the first step is we are going to put a 1/2 cup of coconut flour right into the bowl. Okay? So that's super duper easy so far, right? And then for our psyllium husk, we are going to put 2 tablespoons in there. That is it. A 1/2 cup of coconut flour and 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk. That is it. So now we're going to mix these together in the bowl, these dry ingredients. You guys, this is so super duper easy. So mix that psyllium husk in with that coconut flour in here. I don't know if this you can do with this. I don't know if you can do this with almond flour. I have no idea. Almond flour, I have no idea. So this one is made with coconut flour, and you can make your own little wraps, and you can use whatever these wraps you want to do with them, use them. You want to wrap sandwiches, you want to wrap tacos or burritos or enchiladas, whatever you want. So 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk powder right there. Hey Eileen, how are you doing? I store my psyllium husk powder, Eileen, right in the cupboard. So I don't know any other way. It says store in a cool, dry place. So I just put it up into my cupboard. That's all I do. That's what the back of the bag says. Store in a cool, dry place. So right in the cupboard, the psyllium husk. So 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk. I can't even think tonight. My goodness. Hey, Jane, thanks for sharing. So next, we are going to put 1 cup of lukewarm water. So you don't want it hot. You don't want it like super warm. You just want it kind of in between. Kind of like your bath water. So you can take your bath water. So that's going to go right in the bowl. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Again, the salt is optional, you guys. You don't have to put the salt in. I'm going to sprinkle some Italian seasonings in there. So again, if you want to put something different like oregano or whatever you want in there. And we also need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, you guys. And that is going right in there. And then we are going to stir it up. Get a spatula and we're going to stir it up. You will have to get your hands in there after you stir it. So we want to combine that salt and the Italian seasonings, and you don't need much, you guys. It looks like a crumbly dough, but it will come together. So once you're stirring it up, and then once we get it into our hands, it will work. So there you go. So it's going to look just about just like that. And now I'm going to get my hands in here. Now normally, this should not stick to your hands at all, you guys. So it's not a sticky dough. It's very moist. You should let it sit about 10 minutes after you get this together. But I'm not going to do that tonight. So we're not going to let this sit 10 minutes because I want to show you how to do it. So right now I'm just kneading the dough in the bowl just like that. I'm going to pick it up and put it all together. Because if you let it sit, it's going to combine together. But, you know, if you knead it really, really good, that will be all right. So it's looked like that. And your hands feel wet, so the dough is a really moist dough. Super duper easy. There's only 5 ingredients, you guys. Coconut flour, psyllium husk flour. Hey, Jillian, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Not your bath water, huh, Chastity? Well, just make the water so it's not too hot and it's not too warm. So I use tap water. I just put it in the hot water and put it in there. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get this nice dough ball. And again, normally you would let it sit for 10 minutes, but we're not going to let it sit for 10 minutes because I want to show you the end result and how to do that. So super duper easy. Put the coconut flour in, a half cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, a little bit of salt if you want, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and what else did I put in there? Some Italian seasonings and some water, and then 1 cup of water. That's it, you guys. So that's it. So there's my dough ball. So I want to cut this into equal portions. So I'm going to cut it into 4. Because I'm going to show you how. I got to get a paper towel. Hold on a second. Got to get a paper towel. There we go. So I'm going to cut this into 4 because we're going to start with there. And then I'm going to get the scraps off of every single one. And that way I can stretch it and I can get 5. So less carbs for me. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to get a knife. Where's my knife? Hold on a second. Going all over the place. All right. So I'm just going to cut this into 4 equal portions. So there we go. That's all you got to do. So you're also going to need, and what I like to do, I'm going to put it right back into the bowl, those 4 chunks right there. So what I like to do is I've got 4 pieces, but I've got some parchment paper. So you need some parchment paper, 2 pieces of parchment paper. I don't think I need those anymore. So you start off with the first 2 parchment paper right there. Let me move those out of the way. Get yourself a rolling pin. So you'll need that. And I got to make sure all the water's off the counter. Hold on a second. Let me get this water off here so we're not sticking nowhere. There we go. So 2 pieces of parchment paper, you know, after the dough is done. It's in its kind of form already. So I'm just going to kind of put it into a ball. Just like that. It's going underneath onto the parchment paper. Put that other one on top. Mash it down with your hand so you can start the rolling process. Just like that. And I'm going to use two new pieces of parchment paper every time I roll one out. Because this is a moist dough. So it gets the parchment paper a little wet. So I like to start out fresh. So I like to use a new piece of parchment, and I'm going to hold that paper down with my hip, and we are going to roll it out into about a 8-inch diameter. If you want to measure it, you can measure it if you want, but you can just kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I do to make them perfectly round and circle. So again, you don't have to make them perfect. You can make them a little bit thicker if you want to. You can make them a little bit thinner. So however you like your flatbreads to be. So this looks about even. So you kind of, when you're rolling it, you kind of want to get it even. So there we go. We've got that one rolled out right there. I'm going to throw that away. So I just took one of my lids from my other pans like that. I'm going to put this right on top of that, and I'm going to cut it just like I'm cutting a biscuit, just like that. And now I'm going to pull away these scraps. Now this is where I'm going to get more than 4, because I'm going to pull away these scraps, and we are going to mash them together, and I'm going to put it right off the side there. And then here is your keto flatbread. Now we do have to cook this, so this is a perfectly, and it's really pliable, you guys, too. So it's not like almond flour. That's the difference between almond flour and coconut flour. Almond flour tears very, very easily. So a lot of recipes you have to put like xanthan gum, that will bind it together. There's a couple other ones too. I can't think of them right now. I'm gonna get a plate. But, so we're going to put them right onto a plate, just like that. There's one circle flatbread, and we're going to cook that. So super duper easy. So I'm going to start off with 2 new pieces of parchment paper right here. I'm going to take one of my dough balls, put my dough ball right on top of it, just like that. Let me just put this in a circle. And again, you guys, it says to let this dough sit for 10 minutes, but again, I'm not letting it sit for 10 minutes. I'm just showing you how to do it. So super duper easy. It'll probably work this way too. So roll that dough out into a nice circle diameter. Only takes 2 or 3 on each side. I like to roll it around and flip it, so we get a perfect circle there. And then I'm going to cut it with my top of my lid. There we go. Super duper easy, you guys. Hey Arlene, nice to see you. Hey Deb Silva, how are you doing? So there we go. So again, I'm using a lid to one of my pans, and I think it's like a strainer pan. So I'm using that so I can get exactly perfect flatbread circles. So you could also use these for enchiladas, you could use these for tacos, and there's my excess. So again, I'm going to make another one. I'm going to get more than 4 out of this recipe. So I got 5 the first time, so that means each flatbread was about 3.6 carbs. So if you can stretch it to 6, then that carb count's going to go down a little bit. So not a big deal. So I'm going to start off with 2 new pieces of parchment paper, like that. So I always tear my parchment paper, have my parchment paper ready, you guys, because again, this is a moist dough, and it's just easier to roll out. It's not sticky. It's not a sticky dough at all. Hey Dina, how are you doing? What's the recipe? The recipe is 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, 1 cup of warm water, a little bit of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And I also put a little bit of Italian seasonings in mine too. So 5 ingredients: coconut flour, psyllium husk, water, salt, and the baking soda. And that's it. And I added a little bit of Italian seasonings to mine. So feel free to add a little bit of seasonings in there if you want. I like the Italian seasonings, so I like to cook with that. So again, super duper easy. You make the dough. It's super fast to make, and if you learn this one by heart, you guys, you can whip these up in no time flat, and you can use them, and they're very durable. So I've done some with almond flour before, and the wraps will tear. So these ones I like much better. And again, your thickness is going to decide on how thick you want these. Let me throw that away. Let me cut that, get that on there. Oh, that one's not, that will be fine. That'll work. So they don't have to be perfect. And if you don't want to cut them out into a perfect circle, you guys, you don't have to. You can just roll them out and cook them like that. So that is just fine. So there we go. There's another flatbread. So that's 3. I've got, so this is number 4 right here. You have no audio. Okay, I'll put the recipe up there. I just got home from work, you guys, so running a little bit behind on time there. So there we go. So put that dough. If you're just tuning in, I'm making some keto flatbread, super duper easy. 5 ingredients. Coconut flour, psyllium husk, water, salt, baking soda, a little bit of Italian seasons. That is it. So this is my 4th one, you guys, right here that I'm rolling out. And I do have enough from the scraps after I had cut it, so I'll be able to get at least 1 more, if not 2. But we're going to go with 1 more, so we'll just stick with 5. That is just fine. So make sure you're rolling these out. And again, you don't have to cut them into a perfect circle. That is up to you, how you want to do it. But I wanted to stretch this, so I wanted to make sure that I'm getting an even number on that. So there we go. So we'll pull that off. Throw that away. Yeah, I'm wasting a lot of parchment paper, but it makes it a little bit easier on me because I don't have to worry about it. The parchment paper like crinkling up and then it's not rolling out good. So there we go. So there's number 4. Number 4 flatbread. So I got 4 off that, and now I've got enough to make a 5th one. So, and you can make them a little bit smaller too and make, get 6 out of it, but 5 seems to be good. So these are little, nice little wraps. And again, you can wrap anything, you guys. Anything you want. Chicken salad, tuna salad. You want to make, I don't know, a lunch meat one. You want to put some eggs in the middle. So there's no eggs in this at all. So this is an eggless recipe. Super yummy. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So there we go. Number 5 right here. So I'm going to hold that down there. We're going to roll that out. That one didn't roll out very good at all. So it's crinkling. So just be gentle with this. The parchment paper will crinkle because it is a wet dough. It's a moist dough. Some people don't like that word moist, but it is a moist dough for sure. So there we go. And you don't have to cut this one. This one's off. I gotta fix this one. Hold on a second. We gotta bring this one together a little bit. So I'm just going to bring it together to make it a little bit even. So there we go. Let me fix that. That one was all weird. There we go. And again, super duper easy, you guys. 5 ingredients. If you're just tuning in with me, I am making a fast, quick, easy keto flatbread. If you have the ingredients, you need coconut flour, you need psyllium husk powder. I got this at my health food store here in Michigan. They do have this online. You might be able to find it at GNC. It's a soluble fiber. So you're only using 2. There's only 1 carb for 2 tablespoons. So that's what I used in here. So I'm going to cut this one too. So there we go. We got a little bit of X left over, but that is okay. So I've got 5 tortillas here, or flatbreads, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to put the pan on. So now you want to get a skillet, and then you want to take a paper towel and put a little bit of olive oil on the paper towel. You want the pan to be lightly oiled. You don't want any droplets of oil because they'll fry. So you want the pan just to be lightly greased. that is it. So you can see my oil there, not much. So you don't want it to be very runny at all. I'm gonna bring you over so we can cook these up. Then I'm gonna show you the finished product. Hey Tina, how are you doing? Oh, thank you very much. I got this brand new shirt over the weekend. My friend Kayla gave me this shirt. Yes, when I went to my business conference over the weekend. So my friend Kayla brought in a whole bunch of shirts, and this is the one that I chose. So this is the name of our team, the Empire. And a lot of them are based out of Texas. So there we go. I got my skillet there. Can you see my skillet? There. That's a little bit better. So all you're going to do is we're going to cook these on each side, maybe 2 to 3 minutes on one side, and then flip it over and cook it 1 to 2 minutes on that side. So you don't want to walk away from this one at all, you guys. So super duper easy. So I've got my perfectly round flatbreads. Again, you guys, they're really pliable, so they don't break apart. I absolutely love this. There we go. I'm just going to put it in the pan just like that. And then you can get yourself like a spatula. A spatula will work. So as we're going to cook them a little bit. I did cook some earlier, so here is a finished product, you guys. And again, you can roll anything in those. They roll up really easily. They're really pliable. I'm sure they'll break apart, but I mean, when I'm working with almond flour, I can't roll stuff up like that. So you can put whatever you want in there. So you can wrap whatever you want in there. Make it whatever you want. Tonight I am going to use 3 slices of salami, 3 slices of pepperoni, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of a spicy olive mixture, and I'm gonna pop it into the air fryer just to melt the cheese a little bit, and then I'm gonna put some lettuce and I'm gonna roll it up. That's how I'm having my wrap tonight. Super duper easy. So if you're just tuning in with me, you guys, super duper easy keto flatbread. This is a winner in my book. I will make this often because they taste delicious. Now, if you don't put no salt in there, if you don't put any type of seasonings in there, and you don't need much, they're gonna taste bland. So again, it's trial by error. You can try to make them, and then you can be like, next time I want to put some oregano in there. You can do that. Hey, Barbara, no, you don't lightly oil the pan each time. You kind of look at it to make sure that it's not going to stick. So I can get like a couple of them, and then we're just going to take them like that, and we're going to flip them like a pancake. That's all you're doing right there, and get them nice and brown on one side. And so you don't have to grease your skillet every single time. You should be able to get a couple out of one sitting here. Just gauge it. If it looks like it's smoking a lot, but I've got my olive oil right here. So you can put it in there. You don't need much. I've got my brush so I can brush it around if I need to. And again, you guys, you can make these thicker. Mine are fairly thin. So if you can see the way that I made these ones, they're fairly thin. So again, you can make them a little bit thicker. However you like your wrap, you can make it that way. So that's all you're going to do right there. So I'm just going to, whoa. I'm going to pop it on a plate just like that. And that's the finished product there. And then you're going to grab your next flatbread and you're going to pop it into the pan like that. And again, 2 to 3 minutes on one side. It might not take 2 to 3 minutes. So just watch it. I'll let you know when it's up there, Tina. I will put the recipe up there. Super duper easy to make this, you guys. So literally, if you can get this one down by heart, you pull out the coconut flour, you pull out the psyllium husk, get a cup of water, some baking soda, a little bit of salt, a little bit of seasoning, put it in your bowl, boom, and then you're gonna have your own little flatbread wraps here, you guys. And again, just let it cook there on the side. You're gonna lightly grease this skillet. Again, you don't want the too much oil in the pan because you don't want to burn your flatbreads. So that's very important when you're greasing your pan that you don't put too much oil in there. We're going to flip it just like a pancake. That is it, you guys. Super duper duper easy. And these are really good. Really, really, really good. I love them. And again, this is the finished product, you guys. I made some earlier, so you could keep these. They don't really have anything. They don't have eggs in them, so I'm sure you could probably just put them. I would put them in a Ziploc baggie and put them in the refrigerator. I keep all my tortillas in there. So you can make a couple batches, and then you can have some stuff for lunches for the week. So you can make whatever type of wrap. So if you're that bread person, this is for you, because I know when you're first starting out on keto, that's the biggest transition is, what am I going to eat my hamburger on? What am I going to eat the sandwich on? What am I going to do? So these are all alternatives that you can use to wrap your stuff in. So, and these are very light, so they're not heavy. So a lot of times those wraps from the store with regular flour, they're heavy on your stomach. These are very, very light. So these are a really nice alternative. So I'm going to, let me see. Yeah, that one's good. That one's great. So again, you're not going to leave these, you guys. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, just a little bit right there. And I'm going to hold that up, and I'm going to take my little brush, and I'm going to bring that around like that. That's probably a little bit too much olive oil in there, but that's okay. We'll work with it. But you don't want to put too much in there. So there you go. Just like that. And see, hear the sizzle? So they'll fry up real fast if you have too much oil in there. Yes, thank goodness for alternatives. So what's everybody else having for dinner? Hey, Lisa, how are you doing? Hey, Vicky, nice to see you. Let me see. Next time I go visit. Yes, absolutely, Deborah. Absolutely. So there we go. Keto flatbreads. Right. So I got out of the recipe a 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, and 1 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of Italian seasonings, and that's it. And I got 5 of these flatbreads out of there. So quite a bit out of such a small recipe. Now, coconut flour does have carbs in it, so that's where mostly your carbs are coming from. So you're looking at about 16 carbs are coming from the coconut flour. 1 carb is coming from the psyllium. There's 17 carbs total divided by 5 flatbreads. That's 3.6 carbs per flatbread. So it is lower than one of your tortillas that you can get in the store. So, and again, if you can stretch it where you cut them thinner, roll them thinner, and you can get 6, that carb number will go down. But 3.6 grams of carbs per wrap, that's great. You could have 2. So you could have a couple tacos. You could make the enchiladas with these. I don't know. I've never made the enchiladas with these, but we're sure going to try them for sure. Hey, Alicia, how are you doing? I had, creamy Tuscan chicken. That sounds delicious. Well, I haven't had dinner, so this is going to be my dinner tonight. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you, So I'm going to get this next one in the pan, and then I'm going to assemble me a flatbread. So let me get a different plate out. We are going to take one of the flatbreads here, and I'm going to put it right on a plate. And I've got my salami. I've got 3 slices of salami. I got 3 slices of pepperoni. That's going to go right onto the flatbread, just like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit, because they're not that big. So I'm just going to put a little handful on there. So that is it. And then I'm going to pop it right into this air fryer. So I've got a little bit of a parchment paper on my air fryer. And I want to melt that cheese. Let me see. It's smelling smoky. Let me flip it. There. Perfect. Perfect. So there we go. We're going to put that flatbread right on. I've got the type of air fryer that has shelves in it. So some might have the basket ones. I have shelves, so I can put, actually I could put 2 in there if I wanted to right now. So I'm just gonna put it right into the air fryer so I can melt that cheese and it will be crispy at the same time. There, oh, let me get in there. Let me get in there. It's not going in there right. That's fine. Let me see. Oh, no, wait. That's not working out. Hold on a second. I'm having difficulties with, there we go. There we go. So I just got the air fryer on like 390 degrees. And it's set at like 4 minutes, but I just watch it. It doesn't have to be completely melted. I just want to melt that cheese just enough so the cheese pieces aren't falling out. Hey, Rachel, how are you doing? You have the same, I love that air fryer. I got that at Sam's Club on a Black Friday sale. So it was like $99, one on Black Friday, I think last year. I like the basket ones too though. I had the basket one at first, but I liked the idea of shelves. So this one comes with a rotisserie, so I can make a rotisserie chicken. I can put a whole chicken in there. It comes with a basket, so I can put ribs. I did ribs inside of the basket inside there one time. So I like this one. So I like the basket one too. I had one of those, but all I found myself doing is making chicken wings in that one. So this one I find myself making a lot more things with it. Yep, just watch it. That'll cook. I'm on my last flatbread there, you guys. So again, if you're just tuning in, there we go. I made my own flatbreads. These ones are hot off the press right here. Super duper easy. Coconut flour, psyllium husk powder. Yes, these ones are a nice one, Katrina. Very nice. So 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, 1 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of Italian seasonings. That's all I put into this recipe, you guys, and it's super duper easy. Yeah, it's a little time consuming. You got to stand over the oven, but you know, you can make these up the night before so you can have them for lunches for the week. So this might be like a good pregame for you guys. So unless you want to do it for a dinner, because I know a lot of people run short on time. I know I do. So you can even, like I said, you could put these in a Ziploc baggie, put them in the refrigerator, and that way you have them and then just warm them up a little bit. And that is it. So that looks good. That looks good to me. I'm going to pull that out right there so you can see that on there. Let me get my plate. I'm going to turn that burner off. Let me pull this out there just like that. And then I'm going to grab this just like that. So again, the cheese is almost melted, but you can see that it's going to stay in place now. So the cheese is melted just enough to stay in place. Let me grab my lettuce, and you can have tomatoes. So I've got this, I got this from the local grocery store. It's like a spicy, says pizza topping, but it's like an olive mixture, and it is very spicy. So I want to spice it up a little bit. Uh-oh. Let me get this thing out of the pan here. Oh yeah, there we go. Let me get that out of the pan. Let me move that out of the way. Oops, sizzling. There we go. All right, that's fine. So, okay, so I'm going to take some of this spicy olive mixture. I'm going to spread that on there a little bit. Super duper easy. Again, if you want to add tomatoes, go ahead. I'm just doing meat, cheese, some lettuce, and some olive mixture, and that is it. So you don't need a lot of lettuce either. I don't got enough room here. I gotta move these this air fryer out. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that is it. So now all I'm going to do, I gotta make sure this isn't. I would normally put like shredded lettuce. This is just some romaine lettuce that I got in a bag. So normally I would like to slice my lettuce real thin so I could put it on there and it would roll up really good. But I'm using what I got, so I don't have any regular lettuce. So, and there we go. We are going to roll it up just like that. And there is your flatbread roll-up. So some salami, some pepperoni, some cheese, some lettuce, some spicy olive mixture, and that's it. So again, you guys, they're very, very durable. So they don't easily tear, so they're really good for your wraps, and put them on whatever you want. And that's what I got for you. And they do come on wrapped. So they're not going to stay wrapped unless you're holding it like a submarine. So just like that, if you're holding it like a submarine, you're eating it. Oh, see, this is why I would like shredded lettuce, because these big chunks are falling out. That's okay. That's all I got for you, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll pop the recipe up there so you can make your own keto flatbreads and stuff them with whatever you want. So again, you can make them big, you can make them small. So super duper easy. I love this recipe. This is one of my favorite recipes so far. So hey Angie, how are you doing? So super duper easy, you guys. Again, I'm going to go over the ingredients one more time for you guys. If you want to write it down, it's a half cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, 1 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a little bit of salt, a little bit of Italian seasonings, and that's it. Coconut flour, psyllium husk, go in a bowl, combine it, add the water, add the baking soda, add the salt, add the Italian seasonings, mix it up, and then eventually you'll have to get your hands in there. Divide the dough up into 4 equal portions, and then you're going to roll it out like a flatbread. And that's all you got to do. And then you got your keto flatbreads. Super duper yummy. And that's all I got for you. Oh, no problem, Frasia, no problem. Tonight I made a keto flatbread, and I just made a simple, easy pepperoni, salami, some olive mixture, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and lettuce. So I made my own little wraps, just like that. So I'll probably have 2 of these for my dinner tonight. So I'll have 2 of these sandwiches, but that's all I got for you guys. So I'll put the recipe up top, you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.